Hello guys, it's Taylor Swift and welcome to a new series on this channel. In this I voiced, people will play Magic the Gathering. We are super excited to begin this, and of course I'll be playing the mono red deck in reference to one of my famous songs. The editor has a total of 57 decks that he has to play. He's going to assign different decks to different people. Here's the complete list. There's at least one deck for every color combination, plus other decks centered around one thing or another. Some things to get out of the way: the editor only plays the 60-card standard game. Additionally, he has custom cards in various decks he's going to try out. We go by house rules and we don't ban cards here, so you will probably see cards throughout these decks that aren't supposed to be used in standard normally. We hope you all will enjoy this. We will figure the best ways to put cards on the screen as we go.
If you're done, we could play sometime this week.
You know no one asked you, Daniel.
Perhaps not, but he does have a point with you carrying on.
Fine, let's introduce ourselves and get on with it then. Well, you guys need to. I already have.
So grumpy, do I need to separate you like children?
No, Donald, you don't. Well, maybe if they keep it up.
Anyways, my name is Daniel Radcliffe, and most people know me as Harry Potter from the movies, in reference to Harry Potter being in the wizardry school of Hogwarts in the movies. I decided to choose one of the editor's Strixhaven decks. I chose the Ortshoff-Brina deck.
I'm Donald Trump. People who watch this channel will know I play Merlin Nightshade in the presidential D&D campaign. Yeah, choosing a deck was difficult for me, but I chose the Celestia deck.
I'm Elon Musk, and choosing a deck for me was easy. I went with the Temur Gimbal deck because it's an artifact deck.
Great, I suppose that means he's going to wipe the floor with us then.
You underestimate the abilities of the Big D Trump.
Please don't ever say that statement again.
Anyways, let's roll dice to see who goes first.
I rolled a 2.
I rolled a 4.
Both great minds of this group got 2s because I rolled a 2 as well.
I don't know about you having a great mind, Donald, but I got the highest as I rolled a 5.
Do you want to go first or draw first?
I'll draw first, so for those watching, the order will go Daniel, myself, Donald, then Elon.
Alright, I'll put a land out and that's all I can do this turn. So with that, I will pass turn.
Alright, I will draw, put a land out, and also pass turn.
All right, I'm going to have to do the same thing. I'll draw, put out Celestia Guildgate, and pass turn.
I have a feeling the first couple turns will be slow. But I'm going to draw, put out Frontier Bivouac that comes in tapped, then pass turn, so back to you, Daniel.
I still think you're up to no good, Elon.
I certainly have plans. We'll just have to see how things unfold.
I'm going to draw, put a land card out, then pass turn once again.
So we don't bore the viewers to death, let's skip ahead to where each player has at least 4 lands on the field.
So I had to show my turn before the 4-land idea because I was able to put a creature onto the battlefield last turn that wasn't shown. So I will be attacking since the others are wide open. So yeah, last turn I was able to cast Pack Mastiff. So yeah, I will untap my mana, draw a card, play another land. Then I will tap 2 mana to cast Kargan Dragon Rider. Then I will attack with Pack Mastiff at Elon. So that's 2 damage Elon.
Damn, and she was worried about me. Maybe we should worry about her.
To be fair, you did say you had plans up your sleeve. Anyways, I'm passing turn to Donald now.
All right, I'll start by drawing a card and putting another land out. Then I'll cast Centaur Healer. When it enters the battlefield, I gain 3 life. Anyways, on to your turn, Elon.
All right, so first I will draw a card, then play Exotic Orchard. Then I will tap 3 mana to cast Tireless Provisioner. He has landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under my control, I create a food token or treasure token.
You know it's nothing personal, Elon, but I can't allow that. I'm going to tap 1 mana to cast Shock that deals 2 damage to any target. I target Tireless Provisioner.
And here you were, calling me a threat. I think we need to keep an eye on you. Anyways, back to you, Daniel.
I'm going to draw Damn to immediately pass turn.
Alright, I start by untapping everything, then I draw a card and play a land, then I cast Zealot of the God Pharaoh, then I attack Elon with Pack Mastiff again, and Daniel, you're getting hit with the Kargan Dragon Rider. So that's 2 damage to both of you unless you can do something about it.
Damn, that brings me down to 16 life now.
And that brings me down to 18 life. I really think Taylor has had something cooking this whole time.
That or she stacked her deck before the game. That way everything goes in her favor.
You always resort to accusing people of rigging stuff. We literally watched each other shuffle our decks. No one could have stacked anything without someone noticing.
All right, it's time for King Donald to cook. I'll start my untapping, then I'll draw a card and play a land. Then I will tap my 4 mana to cast Celestia Guildmage and Watchwolf. Then I will attack Daniel with my Centaur Healer.
Damn, that brings me from 18 life to 15 life.
All right, so I untap, draw, and play a land. Then I tap 4 mana to cast Rashmi and Ragavan. The ability on this card is whenever you cast your first spell during each of your turns, exile the top card of target opponent's library and create a treasure token. Then you may cast the exiled card without paying its mana cost if it's a spell with mana value less than the number of artifacts you control. If you don't cast it this way, you may cast it this turn.
Alright, so it's my turn. Alright, so I'm going to untap, draw, and play my land Exotic Orchard. I have to admit, Taylor isn't the only one who's had things cooking up. I'm going to tap all my mana and play Kaya's Wrath. The card says, destroy all creatures. I gain life equal to the number of creatures I controlled that were destroyed this way. Beings I didn't have any under my control, I gain no life. But I just board wiped your creatures. On that note, I will pass turn now.
All right, so I untap, draw, and damn, I have to pass turn.
Talk about Daniel taking the wind out of people's sails. Anyways, I untap my lands, draw a card, and play another forest land. Then I tap 2 green and 2 white mana to cast Conclave Cavalier. It has vigilance, and when it dies, I create 2 green and white elf knight creature tokens with vigilance, and that concludes my turn.
All right, so I'm starting off with the basics of untapping and such. Then I will tap 4 mana and cast Schema Thief. It has flying as well as the card ability of whenever Schema Thief deals combat damage to a player, create a token that's a copy of target artifact that player controls. And that concludes this turn. Hopefully something gets rolling soon.
So I do my upkeep of untapping and drawing. Then I tap my mana to cast Bold Plagiarist. Its ability is, whenever an opponent puts 1 or more counters on a creature they control, they put the same number and kind of counters on Bold Plagiarist. And now I will pass turn.
All right, so I'll do my upkeep, then after I do that, I'll play a land card, then tap 5 to cast Spark Tongue Dragon. I didn't have the extra mana to pay for his extra ability, so you guys don't have to worry about that. Anyways, that concludes my turn.
All right, so I'm going to start with untapping and all the upkeep stuff. Then I'm going to play Celestia Sanctuary, which comes in tapped and requires me to return a land I control to its owner's hand. Then I will cast Celestia Guildmage, and I will attack Taylor with my Celestia Cavalier.
I think I'll just take the 4 damage. I might regret this, but I don't want to lose my creature.
I still think she's up to something. Anyways, it's your turn, Elon.
All right, so I'll start by doing my upkeep. Then I'm going to play a forest for my land. Then I'll tap a blue Frontier Bivouac for another blue, then 2 more to cast Whirler Rogue. Here's its ability is, when Whirler Rogue enters the battlefield, create 2 1/1 colorless Thopter artifact creature tokens with flying. Tap 2 untapped artifacts you control. Target creature can't be blocked this turn. I then attack you, Donald, with my Schema Thief. It has flying, so you can't block it.
That brings me from 23 life to 20 life. I thought we were friends, Elon, yet here you are targeting me like the media does.
You'll live, Donald. Anyways, with that, I will pass turn.
Alright, I'll start with my upkeep. Then I'll play a land I just drew. Then I will tap 4 to cast Hunted Lamassu. When it enters the battlefield, target opponent creates a 4/4 black horror creature token. Taylor, you get the token.
Awesome, I'll make good use out of this.
Great, Daniel just signed our death warrants.
Oh, come on, Donald, you have the most life out of all of us. Anyways, it's your turn, Taylor.
All right, so I start with my upkeep of untapping and drawing. Then I will tap 5 mana to cast Kargan Dragon Rider and Destructive Tampering. For Destructive Tampering, I'll choose the creatures without flying can't block this turn option. Then I will attack Donald with my 4/4 horror creature token I got from Daniel and my Spark Tongue Dragon as well.
Well, damn, that takes me from 20 life clear down to 13.
I just wanted to introduce you to my nice horror creature token I got. Anyways, it's back to you.
All right, so I will begin with my upkeep and play a land that got returned by Celestia Sanctuary. Then I will cast Camaraderie. Its ability states you gain X life and draw X cards, where X is the number of creatures you control. Creatures you control get Y1+1 until end of turn, so I gain 2 life beings. I control 2 creatures. I then attack Taylor with my Conclave Cavalier and Celestia Guildmage. Both have +1/+1 until end of turn.
So I will block your Conclave Cavalier with my Kargan Dragon Rider, which kills my Dragon Rider. I then take 3 damage from your Guildmage, which brings me from 16 to 13 life.
All right, and I now pass turn.
All right, so I will begin with my upkeep. I will then play the land Myriad Landscape, which comes in tapped. I then tap 4 to cast Sandstep War Riders. It has trample and has, at the beginning of combat on your turn, bolster X, where X is the number of differently named artifact tokens you control. Bolster means to choose a creature with the least toughness I control and put X +1/+1 counters on it. I will then be attacking Donald and Taylor. Donald, you're getting hit with Schema Thief and one of my Thopter tokens. And Taylor, you're getting hit with Whirler Rogue and a Thopter token. So 4 flying damage to Donald and 3 damage to Taylor, who doesn't have blockers.
That brings me from 15 life down to 11. I'm keeping an eye on you, Elon.
Everyone is playing to win Donald. Anyways, I go from 13 life down to 10.
All right, and that concludes my turn.
All right, I do my upkeep. Then I tap all my mana to cast Sunscorch Regent. Its ability is whenever an opponent casts a spell, I put a +1/+1 counter on it, and I gain 1 life. I will then be attacking Elon with my Hunted Lamassu, and Taylor with my Bold Plagiarist, since neither of you can block them.
All right, that brings me from 16 life to 11.
And that brings me from 10 life to 8.
And that's it for my turn.
All right, so I will do my upkeep and play the land I just drew. Then I will tap all my mana to cast Fiendish Duo.
All right, and with that, my Sunscorch Regent gets a +1/+1 counter. And I gain 1 life as well.
All right, and I will be attacking you with the 4/4 Horror Creature token.
I'll just take the 4 damage rather than losing my creature blocking it.
All right, pass turn.
So I'll do my upkeep, then I'll play a forest land I drew. Then I'll tap 4 mana to cast Glare of Subdual. It allows me to tap a creature I control and then tap target artifact or creature. With that, I'll be tapping my Celestia Guildmage and tapping your Sunscorch Regent. I will then be attacking you with my Conclave Cavalier.
Well, damn, that brings me down to 8 life.
I will now pass turn.
So something that I overlooked on my Fiendish Duo is its ability. It says if a source would deal damage to an opponent, it deals double that damage to that player instead.
All right, I will do my upkeep, and I'll tap 5 mana to put out Gimbal, Gremlin Prodigy. I then get to put a +1/+1 counter on the lowest toughness creature I control, so a Thopter token. I will then be attacking with my Thopter tokens. One is now a 2/2, and the other is still a 1/1. My Whirler Rogue and my Sandstep War Riders. And you know what? I'll attack with my Schema Thief as well. Donald, you're getting hit with the 2/2 Thopter token. And Daniel, I'm taking you out with the others. Remember, because of Taylor's Fiendish Duo ability, you both take double damage since you're her opponents.
Damn, I'm down to 6 life.
And I am now dead.
And with that, I will now pass turn.
All right, I will untap and draw a card. I will then tap 3 to cast Goblin Smuggler. This creature has haste. I will then be attacking with everything. Donald, you're getting hit with my Spark Tongue Dragon.
Damn, due to the double damage that finishes me.
All right, Elon, you're getting hit with Fiendish Duo, Goblin Smuggler, and the Horror token.
Damn, even blocking the highest power creature Fiendish Duo, I still taken 12 damage, which I only have 11 life. So I'm out as well.
So that makes me the winner. GG, guys. We'll have to play again soon.
Yep, good game, everyone.
I still think Taylor stacked her deck.
You're just a sore loser, Donald.
Yeah, anyways, good game. We should probably wrap this up.
Thank you for watching, everyone, and we hope you all have a great night or day. The presidential D&D campaign should continue soon. Episode 4 is currently being worked on. Anyways, bye for now, everyone.